G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome to the first of my breakdown series for the Path of Exile 1.3 passive skill tree. Now, the passive skill tree overall had quite a few major overhauls. We had overhauls of the Templar, Duelist, and Marauder sections, but there's also been a number of other changes that will have implications far more reaching than just those classes. So, in this video I want to talk about the potential rise of hybrid energy shield life builds. Now in 1.2 there was a number of significant changes, mostly to the addition of hybrid nodes like this, recognizing that hybrid could be a viable spec. We had life energy shield nodes like this added to the game. There's some down here and there's some down here. And overall, things changed and made hybrid a much more viable playstyle. And we did have some notable people playing hybrid builds. I remember RiseQT played a hybrid ball lightning character, I believe it was, and it looked quite successful as well. So hybrid was looking, you know, pretty okay, possible to do in some situations. Now the problem with hybrid energy shield life builds is that if you're in constant combat and taking damage, then your energy shield doesn't really regen. You can get things like this that give you faster start of energy shield recharge, and that can reduce it from like 6 seconds, and you can stack enough of that to get down to like just under 3 seconds recharge timer. But when you're fighting fast and when you're clearing maps quickly, and hopefully you are if you're playing a good build, then you're going to be in combat more often than 3 seconds, and more often than not you will not be able to recover all of your energy shield. So this means that essentially half of your effective life pool is a lot of the time not of great use to you. So that presents a bit of a problem for hybrid builds, and it removes one of the things. Now, there's a few ways around this. You can apply life leech to energy shield. That's a bit of investment and a bit difficult to do that. But one of the better ways is Zealot's Oath. Now, on the old passive skill tree, here's the 1.2 tree. Zealot's Oath is located all the way down here in 1.2 Nowheresville. Basically in between the Templar and Marauder here, just completely out of the way. And although some builds would stretch down here and get it, and maybe get Faith and Steel and get some endurance charge and stuff like that, and what was possible to do was a lot of investment for a lot of hybrid builds. Keeping in mind that hybrid life ES builds are kind of, this is the area, right? This is the area. And then it's all the way down here, and you know, this and this should be the area, because this is armor ES, you know, the combination of, you know, Templar is armor ES essentially, and this is evasion ES in terms of theming. It was kind of like in a weird spot and was very difficult to get, and so although some builds would stretch down and get it, it was quite difficult. Now what Zealot's Oath does is it applies life regeneration to energy shield. This is actually calculated based on your total energy shield as well. So now this is located in this absolutely gorgeous spot. Oh man, it's such a scenic location. It's got ocean views. It's got only like a short 1-minute walk to the shopping center. There's a park literally across the road. It is in a brilliant, perfect spot right there. Zealot's Oath is such attractive prime real estate. Hopefully that gets that point across to you guys. But essentially, a lot of builds come either out the top side here or through here. We now have awesome things like Stormweaver here. We have the Life Cluster right here, right touching Zealot's Oath, and then the new Templar area is, you know, just a short stretch away from here, and it's in just such a good spot for a lot of builds to get now, especially a lot of spellcaster builds, which will usually be starting Witch, can start Shadow, and can start Templar. But essentially, even if you're starting Shadow, you pick up your nice Shadow start nodes, come up through here, through the hybrid, come across, grab some nice Witch stuff, come out and grab Zealot's Oath, in addition to a bunch of other really good stuff you're probably pathing through here anyway to get to the awesome new Templar elemental cluster here. So this allows you to get a decent amount of regen on your energy shield without much investment actually as well, because this character just here has 4% life regen. I think this is without anything else, without, you know, running vitality or anything like that. And unlike, let's say, a very conservative estimate of 5,000 energy shield, which is quite possible to get. I had a low life character who I was only wearing a helmet and a shield. That was the only ES I was getting in addition to discipline, and I had 4.5k, so it's quite possible to get 5k plus on a hybrid build that's actually wearing more ES gear. So on a hybrid build with 5k ES, that's 200 energy shield per second regen. It's not bad. That's not bad. That's going to keep you. It's going to keep you filled up, and then when you do have that break, it's going to get that really fast regen that's going to fill it up. And then the nice thing about Zealot's Oath is that you can still use Life Leech, Life Gain on Kill, Life Gain on Hit, any of those things to regen your life as well. You can even use blood magic if you want, and although it stops if you're using blood magic on a hybrid build, you can't regen ES, right? Because you're always taking damage whenever you're using a skill. So, you know, something like this would be useless on that sort of build. But with this will still apply. But you won't get that natural ES regen because you're still taking damage from blood magic spellcasting. But with this actually enables blood magic spellcasting potentially here. It's not going to happen too much. I don't know if that's going to have too much of an effect, but it does enable that option as well. But you can use a blood magic spore gem if you don't want to invest in any other mana stuff, and you can just go invest all your stuff into damage and life and ES. But I have to say, Hybrid Life Energy Shield is looking a lot better. I'm starting to look at all of the builds I've been planning out for 1.3, and I'm starting to replan them as Hybrid, and a lot of them look really good. I made like a Mind Over Matter Fox Tactics style arc build here, right? So I made this one here, and you know, it's looking really good on the new tree, by the way. And then I was like, well, how would this look as hybrid? And I basically planned out the build there, changing very little stuff and making it into a hybrid build. And I'm like, holy crap, I just like, you know, I don't need to use Cloak of Defiance, and I have a massive total life pool. And like, this is all right. And with no investment, I still have 2.2 life regen. That's not too bad. That's kind of the other minor point there, is that which has helped supporting this is there's some extra kind of life regen tied into other nice nodes. Now this is the best example here, is we have this life and mana regeneration, 60% cluster here with life regen tied into it. Perfect for hybrid builds. Perfect, because you're getting that mana regeneration, so you can keep your spellcasting going on mana, and because it's possible to get a good whack of that now, you don't actually probably need Eldritch Battery for something like this. So that looks really quite good. And there's like this one here, which is an Energy Shield 1% life regen, 10% ES for one node, and 1% life regen, and you know, just some bonus armor and strength int on there for gravy. And it's right off the top of one of the best life clusters in the game, Discipline and Training. Yeah, this is like, oh yeah, this is for a hybrid build right here. It's so I do you know, I don't think hybrid's going to be like as popular as life, or as, I don't know, I think it'll probably be more hybrid builds than CI builds though. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But do consider hybrid as an option, guys. I think in 1.3 we're going to be seeing more and more hybrid builds, and they're starting to look pretty nice. And I do remember some other interesting things might come out of this too. Zeno mentioned that he was thinking of doing like a hybrid or a CI Beano's build, and before he'd have to stretch all the way down here for Zealot's Oath, you know, coming all the way from Death at his touch and that, and now he can essentially just pop in here, grab the life, and then GG. So it's looking pretty good, guys. So keep your eye out for hybrid builds. Anyway, hopefully you found this interesting. If you've got any thoughts to share on the potential of hybrid builds in 1.3, or any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. That's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.